Greetings, everybody. So, in today's episode, we're going to see the very beginning of social dynamics, starting with one player and going up to 12 normally. If we have a bit more time, we'll go up to 60. Things that I'm going to explain you today, you know them. I'm just going to put them in a story in such a way you can normally really take them for you and with you. I have absolutely no interest in posing as an expert. I have an interest in finding the best way for me to give you what I've studied and worked with in the past years. So I'm going to do my best to try to give that to you, but you have to do your best to try to steal it from me. This is a free video, but you will still have to pay. And how do you pay? You pay with your attention. So I'm going to tell you a story. Just go with it. Take no notes. It's pointless. And trust yourself to remember what you need to remember, okay? Let's picture this. You wake up. You don't really know where you are. But what you can understand is like you're stuck to the ground. So there's gravity. When you look up, you see a sky. In the sky, possibly a sun, possibly moon and stars. But this is something familiar. You just don't know where you are. Of course, you're checking yourself. You have hands, you have feet. You're still you. Everything is okay. You're going to turn around 360 degrees to assess where you are. Let's say that we are in a forest. We have some areas that are more dense, some that are clearer, maybe some water. It's important to say that at this stage, we do not feel in danger. No signs of danger anywhere. We are not starving or thirsty, and the weather is okay. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. It is not raining. We're going to start walking. We're going to pick a direction. And at some point, we're going to see another human being. Let's say for now that we don't introduce the idea of difference. So that other human being is not of another gender, not of another size or strength, not of another skin color, doesn't have things that we don't have. He doesn't have apparatus, tools or anything. He's just like us. Now what's going to happen is we have a set of 4 possible actions. And the other person also has a set of 4 possible actions. And those actions are going to trigger a reaction. An action plus a reaction creates our first interaction. And from the interactions, we're going to, at some point, have an outcome. I said we had 4 possible actions. What are they? Well, if I see someone, most likely, I'm going to first freeze. I'm going to do nothing just to see if he or she does something. I could also decide to avoid. I've seen the person and I just don't want to engage. I'm just going to go away. I could also decide to engage in a friendly manner, like smiling or moving a bit closer, just see how it's going to go. And lastly, the fourth action could be to engage in an unfriendly manner. So try to, for instance, fight or scare the person. It would make no sense in this case to start being aggressive already. So let's say that we go for waiting a little, the other person waits, and at some point there is a reaction. And we start to engage and we decide that we are not a threat for one another. And after what I call the dog sniffing asses phase, we decide that we will tag along. So we are not 1 anymore, we are 2. We're still not starving, we're still not in danger, and there is still no weather problem. At some point, we're going to see another person. Same thing. We are not different, but there is already a first difference. We are now a group of 2, and that person is a group of one. So the odds are we're going to play the same interactions and actions. Odds are, because we're going to be two, we're going to make the first move, the person is going to freeze first, and so on and so on. At some point, we're going to decide that 3 is better than 2, and we're also going to tag along. So we tag along. Don't be afraid, I'm not going to do all the numbers like that. It's just I wanted to introduce the idea that we have one group that is superior in one form. Okay, here it's just with the numbers. It could be with technology that we'll introduce later. It could be with anything, but we have a group. Our group is stronger and the other is weaker. Okay. Now we're going to go and we're going to keep going and we're going to see 2 more people. Let's say that this time there is a difference. One could be, for instance, stronger. Maybe he has a knife, so a tool, or maybe he's just nicer or prettier or anything. We still don't introduce gender, though. So what's going to happen is like we're going to replay the interaction, but here, even if the number we are is higher than the number they are, there is some superiority of another fashion. Let's say that the other guy is naturally more a leader. So we're going to have the interaction, and because we are a friendly group, we're going to come to the realization that it's better for us to let the new guy take the lead. We now have a leader. We are a squad of 5 people. There is the first power game that has happened and that has resolved naturally and simply. Let's say that we are in a world where there is abundance. We don't need to fight for food for now. We can go for trees. Let's not introduce meat yet, but whatever. We said also that the weather is okay, so we don't have to protect ourselves for our health. And we also said that there is no predators around, so we don't feel threatened. We are in a safe environment. So the dynamics are very, very simple because we don't have a lot of constraint on our little group. We are now 5. So as said, we are now a squad of 5 people. And before meeting the new humans, we're going to spend a little time, see how we get organized. Okay, could be time to introduce meat. So meat is alive. So we would have to have a plan to hunt. Let's say in the pack of 5, 2 of them are very good hunters. The others, they naturally become gatherers because it's easier. So we have a pretty balanced pack of 2 hunters and 3 gatherers. We sleep where we sleep, no need for a shelter, everything is okay. So now, what do we have in our little group? We have introduced social functions. We have followers and 1 leader, and we have hunters and gatherers. Okay? This is a very, very, very basic thing, but we have social functions. We have the first social contract. What is a social contract? Is something that we agree on, officially or tacitly. And here we agree that the leader is the guy with the knife, that he's a hunter. And basically, if he says we do that, we have to abide, we do that. So this is the social contract. We respect that contract because in exchange for obedience, we have safety and guidance. So this is a first proto-contract that we have. I've introduced already 2 of the 3 core concepts of social dynamics: social contract, social functions, and the third one is what I call social currency. So what is the social currency at this stage? It's what we pay each other with. So we pay our leader in loyalty, and our leader pays us in whatever, providing, so giving value. In other words, it could be reputation, but that's a bit too much for now. So he's paying us with providing for our needs, and we pay him with loyalty. So this is our little pack. So, all right. Congratulations. We are now a pack of 5 people. We've introduced the basic concepts to social dynamics. You might wonder, okay, cool, that's very nice, the tribe thing and hunter-gatherer thing, but how do I translate that into something that I can use in my understanding of digital societies and interactions about engagement, retention, whatever. So, of course, we're not there yet. But we are now with the first stage. We have an articulated group. So it's interesting to take time to differentiate. Spoiler alert, this is a very, very big concept. Differentiate groups. Yeah, sorry, I have to stop you there. I decided to keep those videos below 12 minutes for easy digestion. So we'll start again in the next one, and we'll start by differentiating the different groups. Thank you already for listening, and you'll hear me some more in the next video. Take care. Bye.